right now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Nicole Perez.
And I'm Calvin Hughes, and here's a look at the stories making news on this Friday.
A brawl breaking out at a school basketball game, but it's one punch that's getting the attention of police. You can see several female players get into a fight when suddenly a 17-year-old girl gets clocked in the face by a man nearly twice her size. This happened in Hollywood during a game between Miramar High and American Heritage. That teen tells us she blacked out. Investigators are working to identify that man and possibly file charges.
A veteran Miami-Dade corrections officer arrested on sex assault charges. 36-year-old Julian Gonzalez is accused of engaging in sex acts with the victim against her will on at least 4 different occasions. That woman had been placed on house arrest and was being monitored by Gonzalez when she says he forced himself on her during his mandatory visitations. The victim claims Gonzalez threatened to put her back in jail if she did not comply. The state attorney's office says the case remains under investigation.
An investigation is underway after an arsonist torched 2 cars in front of a house while the family was sleeping inside. It happened overnight on Northwest 35th Street near Northwest 24th Avenue in Miami. And as you can see, an SUV was badly charred. The car behind it was also damaged. Thankfully, no one was hurt except for perhaps the culprit. They believe he might have been burned during the incident. Authorities are now looking for the person responsible.
Listen to Local 10's podcast, The Florida Files, wherever you are, whenever you want. Just say, Alexa, play the Florida Files podcast.
Getting the latest episode of Florida Files. Here it is from TuneIn.
Previously on the Florida Files.
Or just ask Siri, I want to hear the latest Florida Files podcast.
Here's the newest episode of the Florida Files.
Get the Florida Files on Alexa, Google Home, or Apple devices just by saying play the Florida Files podcast. The Florida Files from the one and only Local 10. A tense standoff in Miami Gardens ends with a suspect in handcuffs today. Police say a man barricaded himself inside this home, holding a woman and child hostage and threatening to harm them and himself. Officers surrounded the home off Northwest 174th Street in 29th Place. That man was eventually taken into custody. No one was hurt.
As breaking news happens, we have you covered on air and online.
You can always go to our website, local10.com, for more local news coverage and your updates. We'll see you back here on Monday.